Good morning, guys. Leaving the cave right now. It's a beautiful sunny day. See you inside. Let's go back to the nest and make some coffee. Well, good morning. It is just beautiful out today. So let's go home, see what's going on. I really don't have a lot on my plate. I'm working on the Dyson Deal Challenge, so get that up by the 1st this month. And I've been busy working with the new video editor, and Tom gave me another lesson last night. I need refresher courses until I'm comfortable with it, but I'm going to try to put out the Dyson Deal Challenge using that editor. And who knows, maybe even today's vlog. Oh my goodness, look at this. Yeah, so that's going to be about it, and we'll make some lunch. I have a lot of fresh produce. Again, we got blessed. I got blessed by the postman bringing some by. Shout out to Joe last week. He and his girlfriend Teresa brought me fresh tomatoes and peppers, and oh my God. And once again, one of Tom's clients left, squash and kale and fresh celery. So even though I'm missing having my own garden this year, I'm really blessed by everyone else's harvest bounty. So can't complain about that. And yeah, life's good. Tom and I took our friend Sylvia out yesterday to run some errands, and we had some lunch. And it's just been a nice week of catching up. I think I told you my grandson started school down in North Carolina. I had some issues with a backpack ordering on Amazon, and I have to say, anytime you contact Amazon with any problem or issue, they are just right on it to make it better, and they go above and beyond. So if I haven't told you how much I love Amazon, I really do, and more. So if you don't shop on Amazon, I think you should if you're going to do any shopping. And I don't have a lot else to tell you. My life is pretty much consistent, you guys. Especially now that my grandchildren are away. But everybody's doing great. I could not ask for better things happening for the whole family. So, and last night it was great. My son, who I have 3 children, my oldest daughter Rachel, my son Jonathan, and my youngest daughter Danielle. And they're like 32, 30, 28, or 29, or somewhere around there. But my son sent me a picture last night from like 1994 of he and I we used to have teepees. I told you when I lived in Bethel. He and I in our teepee, and I haven't seen that picture in years. So I shared that on Facebook. And that's all I have to say right now, because we're pulling into the nest. And I'll see you inside, okay? Let's feed those birdies. And good morning, house. Always so nice to come home in the morning. My chariot awaits me. I just grabbed some fresh basil off the deck here. So I thought I have more, but this is all I have in my hand. I thought we'd use that in some lunch today. What do you think? Gonna make some coffee. Okay, my morning chores are complete. Just waiting for that coffee to get done. I'm gonna get cleaned up. And like I said, I'll show you a quick glimpse. I'm set up for doing the Dyson Deal Challenge right there on my table. And I'm gonna continue doing that today. So stay tuned for that on the 1st. Yeah, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I hope you're having one too. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Here's that picture of my son and I wanted to show you. This was like 23 years ago, you guys. He was about 8. Time flies. But yeah, hanging out in our teepee. It's great. Memories. And here he is 23 years later with my eldest grandson, Sean, who just turned 12. This grandma's getting old. Yeah, blessed. Thought I'd show you some of the harvest bounty. Look at this. OMG. And this is the basil I just picked. Yeah, this was from the postman. And then this is from Tom's customer. Look at this bat of a summer squash. And here's some fresh kale. Celery back here. And I even have some herbs drying. I know it's dark, I'm sorry. I have some rosemary and cilantro and some hot peppers. And I planted some garlic and I have another clove going. So I think that we should do maybe a fresh pasta sauce today and some sauteed kale. Does that sound yummy? Yeah, just wanted to share. So blessed. Okay guys, I have my coffee and I am gonna sit down and play with this OpenShot video editor. I'm working on my Dyson Deal project and I'm also gonna try to upload clips from today's vlog. So we'll see how this goes, but it's not that bad, honestly. The hardest part is myself. I'm my own worst enemy. So when I have to stop fighting the change and just go with it. But what do you guys, if you creators out there, what editors do you use? Again, I don't have a Windows platform or a Mac. I'm using a Linux. So this is what I'm doing. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay guys, it's about 1:30 and I'm taking a break from editing. It's going okay. I'm making it through, so we'll see. But you look, it's rainbow hour in here. The sun is low enough in the sky where it's rainbow hour again. When it's high summertime, I don't see these from the crystals in my windows. So, welcome back rainbows. Welcome back window. Let me show you what I'm thinking of for lunch. I already told you what I want to do. Let's see. So, I pulled out some other things. Here's our tomatoes. We'll use those. And our basil. And I have an onion, yellow onion, some fresh garlic, and I have some mushrooms that I need to use now. Although, you know, they're not getting moldy or anything. They're just dehydrating, which is no big deal. We'll rehydrate them. What else? I have a little bit of tomato paste, and I thought we could kind of stir all that up in one pot. And then add, I have some of this is our veggie broth from last week. And someone asked me about storage with these. Now you can, you know, do some canning like with a pressure cooker and actually can your vegetable broth. But I just, you know, wash the jars out with boiling water, put the vegetable broth in here, and they keep for a couple weeks in the fridge. And then I also freeze it, and I'll put it in Ziploc bags and freeze them on a flat surface and then stack them in the freezer, and they last for a few months. So I'm going to add some of that to this as well to make our sauce. And I have some tricolor pasta from Aldi, which is like spinach, tomato, whole wheat, something. And don't forget our Go Veggie Parmesan cheese. So that's it for the pasta. I'm going to try to do this all in one pot. And the kale, I'm going to wash really well and trim the stems off and this, hard rib here. And then we're just going to cut it in slices. And I'll use my cast iron frying pan. We'll saute it in some olive oil, some garlic, and some red pepper flakes, and that will be amazing. And that's my idea for lunch. So let me get chopping and get stuff set up, and I'll see you in a minute. I'm going to rinse these off real good and take the stems off, and then we'll give everybody a nice rough chop. Don't these look amazing? Like I said, I'm just going to give everybody a rough chop. And I'll be saving all these little extra pieces for my stock pot. So that's that. I don't care how neat it is. I'm just going to kind of dice them. Don't they look amazing? Okay, and if you want to, you can remove the skins. I chose not to, but when I can tomatoes and things, I do. And you can do that very easily by just plunging them into boiling water for a minute or so, and then right into some ice water, and the skins slide right off. Same thing with the seeds. I don't go too crazy right now. I do have a food mill if I were going to be canning sauce or anything, and I haven't done that in a few years. So that's the tomatoes, and then I've just rinsed off the mushrooms. Normally I would just kind of wipe them down, but like I said, these guys have kind of seen better days, and I'm just going to give it a little chop off the bottom. Again, saving all my scraps. And one of these days I will learn how to face the camera so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. But yeah. So I'm going to chop these up. I'm going to make them pretty big because Tom is not a big mushroom fan. So, but we're going to sneak those in there. So shh, don't tell him. Okay, I turned the camera around. Maybe that'll help. 3 years filming videos. I'll get it right one of these days. So here's our mushrooms. They look amazing. And the onion, I'm just going to do total rough cut, you guys. I'm not going to say I'm saving my scraps because you already know. Skins and all. And then all I have to do is crush the garlic and wash the kale. So I'm just doing a rough chop. Nothing fancy. Okay, just going to use one onion. And I'll probably use about 5 cloves of garlic, so see you back here. So there's our onion, and now for the garlic. I'm just going to chop this with a knife, but I do have a garlic press, and I love this garlic press. I use it all the time, but it does mince the garlic very fine, and I want some bigger slices. I'm not even going to bother peeling this. I'm just going to cut through the whole head here because we're going to use pretty much all of it. And yes, I save these. Not going to keep saying. Here's my bowl of scraps. Throw them in the bag in the freezer and they become our stock. Talk about it every video. Okay, so I'm just going to take out some big cloves and is. Looking for a big clove. Look at these. Homegrown garlic. Yum, fresh, nice. Let's just smash it. Get that skin off there. All right. Of course, it's sticking everywhere. And I'm just gonna do just like that, big slices, okay? So I'm probably gonna use about 5 in the sauce, and then we'll use the rest of it with the kale. And this is the whole head of the garlic. So like I said, I'll split it between the two. If you don't like garlic, don't use it. I love it. And make sure you do a really good job when you wash your kale, you guys. They're really gritty and seedy, and you can see I had them in a glass of water, and see all that debris at the bottom there. So just make sure that you're rinsing it really good. And this is a big pile, but this will cook down to enough for me and Tom. It wilts down just like spinach. So I'm going to do a good job cutting, rinsing that, and then like I said, I'm going to cut off this rib here, and then we'll just slice these in like slices. Yeah, I would recommend a very thorough washing. Look who was playing. So as much as I love to get my protein, I think we're going to let this guy go free. Yeah, I'm going to be real thorough. And I mean really thorough. There's lots of nooks and crannies here, and I don't need any more surprise visitors. So I'm going to go over the ones that I've already washed before I found our friend, and make sure he doesn't have any buddies. Yeah, interesting. Be careful when you wash your kale. Okay guys, we're going to cancel the kale mission. I have found like 5 more of these things, and I don't mind a little dirt or, you know, a bug that I can wash away, but these things are loaded, and I'm afraid I'm going to miss 1 or 20, and I just don't want to do it. So unfortunately, I am going to put all of this outside in the compost pile, and yeah, so much for the kale. Let's go back to the pasta, shall we? Okay, I've been heating up my pan. I'm going to use just a little bit of olive oil. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. I do want to try some sunflower oil and also avocado oil. Haven't tried those yet. The first thing we're going to put in is our onion. Oh yeah, that pan was hot. And just going to let this saute for a few minutes before we put the garlic in. And I am going to add a little bit of sea salt and some fresh ground pepper. I like to season as I go. Okay. I'm going to let these go for a minute or 2, and then we'll put our garlic in. Okay, it's been about 3 minutes, and I'm going to add, oh gee, can't use it in the kale? Guess we'll have to use all the garlic. No such thing as too much for me, but if you don't like all that, adjust seasonings to taste. So we'll let this go for another minute or 2, and then we're going to add our mushrooms. And even though they are starting to dry out a little bit, they still have a lot of moisture. And they'll add a lot of flavor. So, yeah, you know the drill. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes, and let's just add our mushrooms. You could add bell pepper, anything you want. I could have put that squash in here, any fresh veggies, except for the kale. I'm still kind of freaked out, you guys. I haven't really processed that yet. And I'm not squeamish or afraid of bugs or anything, but I just kept going through it, and each leaf I kept finding more, and I'm like, nah, they're everywhere. So we'll let them be free outside and live a beautiful kale life. Or I have no idea what kind of little caterpillars, moths they'll turn into, but they have a better chance outside. And yeah. Anyway, let's let this, I'm going to let this go until they release a lot of moisture, like I said, and then we'll put our tomatoes in, and then eventually we'll add more seasonings and our broth and the pasta all in one pot. We're going to cook it all up right in this pot, so stay tuned. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes, and now we're going to add the tomatoes, and we'll add some more spices. So here's our tomatoes. Oh yeah. Yum. Oh my gosh. I hope this is going to be a big enough pot. I always cook enough for an army. But that's alright, it gets eaten. So there you have that. Now, again, I'm going to go in with just a little more salt and pepper. Whoa. Maybe even, whoa, not too much, a little bit. If you're watching your salt, watch your salt. That's Celtic sea salt. I know there are benefits. I had my good friend Angie, shout out to Angie, my fairy treasures, reminded me of the benefits of pink Himalayan salt and things like that. So I just eat in excess. I like my salty stuff, so I'm going to try to watch it a little bit. Some fennel seed, which I'm not crushing up. I'm just going to put it in, but if you want to give it a good crush, you can pulverize it a little bit, but I love the taste of it. It's reminds me of sausage, or it's almost got a black licorice taste. I'm going to add fresh basil, but we're also going to add some dried basil, and I just realized that I didn't grab my oregano, so I'm going to get that as well. But I am going to add just a pinch of some crushed red pepper. I don't measure anything, you guys. And let me grab that oregano. I always mention it's in my favorite jar that my grandson, when he was like 4, wrote oregano on it. Ah, yes. Shout out to my grandkids. Lots of oregano. Next year for sure, I'm going to do a lot more herbs on the deck. You know, there's just so much time for so many things you can do, you know. For a lot of years, gardening was a huge part of my life, and I will always grow things, but to everything there is a season, right? Yeah, so let's let this cook down. I am going to put a lid on this, and then, I don't know, give it maybe 15-20 minutes, and then we'll come back and add our broth, a little bit of that tomato paste, and the pasta, and we'll see if it needs more water at that time, but we only have limited room to work with, so I'll see you in about 20 minutes. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. It smells amazing in here. Look at this. Oh yeah. And I debated putting the pasta and just cooking it, you know, regularly in the pot of boiling water, but I'm going to go for it. I think we can make it fit. I've measured out, which I just told you I never measure, but I measured out 2 cups. I figured we'll be safe with that. And I probably could have went a little more, but look how pretty. And then I have the vegetable broth that we made last week, and this is about 3 cups. So let's see. Probably won't even need that much, but maybe. Yeah, let's go for it. That kind of looks perfect to me. What do you think? And I'm just going to give a squeeze of this tomato paste. These are handy, these little tubes. Love them. I'm going to wait till the very end to put our fresh basil in. Just kind of stir that in at the last minute. So we're going to cook this, I would say, about 8 minutes or so. Well, I'll check it at about 7 minutes. I don't want it to turn into mush. So, yeah, there we have it. I'm going to put the lid back on. Actually going to turn the heat up to high to kind of bring that to a boil. And I'll see you back here in a little bit. Okay, this has come to a nice boil, as you can see. I'm going to turn it down and, like I said, let it go for, I don't know. I'll keep checking it. I don't want it to get mushy, so we want it al dente, to the tooth. Okay, guys, I just tasted it and it's perfect, so I'm going to take it off the heat and serve up a plate, and I'll meet you back with a bite. Yum. Oh. Mmm. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot the basil. Okay, I've basically just ripped it up. I didn't even chop it or anything. Just going to stir it right in there. And I'm also going to give a couple shakes of this Go Veggie cheese. If you have nutritional yeast, you can use that. Or you could leave it out. I'm going to leave it in. And now I'm going to dish up a plate. Oh, you guys, come on over for lunch anytime. Okay, and I'm starving. It's almost 4 o'clock, so I'll definitely be full for dinner. I tried to take most of the mushrooms because, like I said, Tom doesn't like them. And I'm playing Find the Light again. Oh yeah, you guys. Yum. Super hot. This is going to be good. Mmm. 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 Wow. Oh man. This is even better than I knew. I knew it was going to be good, but it's even better than that. Oh my gosh. Perfect amount of seasoning. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. 10 out of 10. Excuse me. Allergies, fall allergies. Been crazy. New LaCroix. This is a berry. Pretty good. Aldi. Aldi carries LaCroix. Alright, you guys. I don't have a lot to tell you. Oh my god. Fred just came. I don't have a lot to tell you except Fred just showed up. Hang on, I'm going to see if I can catch him before he runs away. Well, hello, Fred. Cecil and Loki say hello. It's been a while, you guys. I think he's been busy eating all the acorns from my oak tree. I was about to apologize for his absence again, and he decided to make an appearance. I haven't seen him lay flat on his belly again since that time I caught on camera. But, oh, yes. Well, Fred could be a Frederica. Anybody know how to tell without looking real close? Aw, that's good. Well, hello, Fred. Thanks for coming to say hi. You have a lot of fans. All right. Well, like I said, hello to Cecil and Loki from Fred, other squirrels all around the world. It's a whole community. See you in a second. Okay, you guys, I'm going to finish this up. And truth be told, I'm having some problems with the editor. Oh, yes. Let me take another bite. I don't know if it's me. Probably. The editor itself. But good old Tom, I'm going to pick his brain again tonight. As a backup, I've uploaded all of these clips to the YouTube editor as well, which is not going to be here, have I mentioned, on September 20th it's going away. But I thought I was doing great with the new editor. I had, for today's vlog, I had uploaded and was able to successfully put together 26 clips. I was very happy with it. I saved it with a name. I saved it, you know, save often, right? Learned that lesson the hard way. And I went away and I came back to look at it and I opened it up and the project file was still there, but it said all the files were empty. And when I went to play it, it played the title screen and then the rest of it said invalid file. So I'm going to keep trying. So I'm going to do simultaneously. I'm going to upload to the YouTube editor. So anyway, P.S. long story short, and never mind the Dyson Deal Challenge, but I'll be able to focus on that tomorrow. And those files for that video on the new editor seem to be okay. Long story short, I love you guys. Thanks for being here. If you haven't checked out last week's vlog, I would recommend that you might want to. What else? I haven't been doing much. I'm reading the Toni Morrison book, Song of Solomon, for the 5th time, which is amazing, and recommend a series on Netflix. Tom and I just finished the 1st season last night, and I love the fact that you can just binge watch episodes, right? It's called Atypical, and it is about a family who is living, their son has Asperger's or is on the autism spectrum, and it's very well written, very well acted, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. There's a couple storyline plots that I'm like, but it's working out, and I'm anxious to see the 2nd season. So let me know if you check it out. It's called Atypical, if I didn't say that. And I really think that's all I have for you guys today. Again, I have no idea how long this vlog is. I don't know when it's coming up, but I'm going to be working on it as soon as I'm finished eating here. And I'm wishing you guys all so much peace, so much love. Love to my grandkids, extra hugs. And yeah, you guys rock. Thank you for being here. Welcome new subbies. And have a beautiful, blessed week, okay? I'll see you soon. I promise there is art coming. All right? It's been busy. Anybody else being like a little busy? I love you guys. I'll see you next week or sooner. All right. Bye-bye.